There's a storm raging right now in the world of money, power, and influence. And if you're a founder, investor, or leader, it's crashing through every old way of thinking. If you feel stuck, like you're running on a hamster wheel of endless meetings, chasing deals that feel empty, trying to predict what's next but always a step behind, that frustration is real. It's that gut-wrenching feeling that no matter what you do, the system is rigged in favor of others. You're hustling, grinding, building value, but the returns, they're shrinking. The risk, it feels higher every day. The rules, they keep changing, or worse, they never reveal themselves in full. And right when you think you've figured out the game changes. So what's going on? Why does it sometimes feel like the smartest moves, the most daring bets, are made by invisible players? Have you noticed that some of the biggest deals, the most groundbreaking ventures, aren't public? They're not splashed across headlines or shouted from rooftops. They come from deep inside the world of family offices, the quiet, obsessive champions of real power. Not just managing wealth, but controlling legacies, shaping industries, and rewriting the rules of investing. This is not just some dry tale about money managers. This is about a new kind of power that's not interested in fleeting gains or flashy headlines. It's about a movement of those who have stepped beyond the old structures, those who know the game is broken and refuse to play by its rules anymore. Because being the richest doesn't mean being the smartest. Being the smartest means rigging the game before anyone else even knows it's starting. Here's the brutal truth. Public markets are slow. They're overrun with emotion, hype, and herd mentality. Venture capital, private equity. These spaces churn nonstop, always chasing the next shiny thing, often at the cost of real value or lasting impact. But family offices? They're patient, ruthlessly patient. They have no obligation to please quarterly reports. No push to perform for distracted shareholders. They're free from the noise, from the pressure, from the crowd. And that freedom makes them the smartest players in the game. Think about it. Their wealth isn't just capital, it's legacy. It's permanence. So every move is calculated decades ahead. They don't just invest in companies. They build ecosystems, ignite trends, and create unbreakable networks. Their advantage? Strategic silence combined with relentless focus. And that gives them power beyond money, power to influence markets before the first trade is even made. Now, maybe you're wondering, how does this help you? How does understanding the power of family offices make your struggle easier? Because the real key to unlocking your own potential, your own freedom, lies in mastering what they have already cracked: the art and science of alignment. Alignment not just with money. Alignment with people, with ideas, with deeply complementary forces that amplify strength rather than dilute it. The system we all inherited thrives on division, on competition, on a zero-sum mindset that pits you against everyone else. But family offices act differently. They quietly build tribes of rare individuals, aligning brilliance that others can't see or understand. That synergy fuels the radical innovation and scale that ordinary investors only dream about. This is why those who tap into this ecosystem, those who don't settle for transactional deals but seek transformative connections, are the ones who win. Because never before has network meant so much. Not just contacts, but bonds forged through shared vision and a refusal to settle. It's in these rare alliances where real power hides, waiting to explode. But here's where most people trip. They focus on surface-level relationships, on chasing quantity over quality, blindly copying what others do. That's the opposite of what works. The smartest money, the family offices, they don't just take anyone. They pick those who burn as fiercely as they do. Those who question the world, reject mediocrity, who are ready to redefine what's possible. They're waiting for you to show that fire, and it's not about rushing or impatience. The family offices know that true transformation takes time. Success is a long game. They are patient, but they are relentless. They plan on decades, not quarters. This worldview shifts everything, from how deals are structured, to what kind of entrepreneurs they back, to how they create lasting value far beyond the immediate returns. So if you're tired of playing by rules that are meant to trap you, if you feel that quiet burning in your chest, telling you this can't be all there is, then it's time to rethink what smart money really means. It's not in chasing the flashiest tech or the loudest IPO. The smartest money is strategic, it's sovereign, it's woven into a network of trust, rare intelligence, and unwavering patience. And here's the secret. You don't have to be born into it. You can step into that space. You can start building your own autonomous network, finding those few rare allies who see beyond the obvious, who challenge you to unlearn the old stories, who push you to become more than what the world says you must be. Because when you do, that's when the world begins to bend. This is the battlefield where legacies are born, where founders who thought they were alone suddenly discover a family that gets it. Investors who were lost in noise find clarity and focus. Leaders who once functioned in isolation finally plug into something bigger, a structure created not for the masses, but for the exceptional. You don't have to keep grinding alone. The movement that family offices embody is about releasing that old way of struggling under the weight of outdated systems. It's about reclaiming your time, your will, your power to create, not by fitting in, but by standing out, by daring to burn too brightly for the comfort zones. This is why the world is changing so fast, and why the old guard is trembling. Because power is not just in capital anymore. It is in autonomy. It is in willingness to break the chains of expectation and rewrite your own code. If all this feels like something you were born for, something your gut knows, but your mind hasn't fully embraced yet, that's no accident. It's the call to shift gears, to move beyond copying others, and instead build your own rare ecosystem where your impact is unstoppable. Because the truth is, the brightest future doesn't belong to the loudest, the richest, or the most connected in the old way. It belongs to those who reinvent connection itself, to those who align rare brilliance with relentless patience, to those who burn so fiercely they melt the old limits and forge something wild, new, and utterly unstoppable. So start asking yourself, are you ready to stop waiting for permission? To stop playing by someone else's rules? To refuse comfort and convenience and instead pursue radical freedom, even if it means standing alone for a moment? Because that's the path the family offices walk every day, quietly rewriting the future. You can join them, not by copying, but by embodying the code they live by. Question everything. Choose who you align with carefully. Play the long game. Refuse the shortcuts. And most of all, unleash the fire inside you that the world tried to douse. This is where real power lives today, not in fleeting trends or satisfying the masses, but in the hands of those who dare to be sovereign, who are ready to become the smartest players, not just in the game, but beyond it. If you want to be more than a passenger in this rapidly changing world, it starts here. Align your will, build your tribe, think decades ahead, and watch how the smartest money, those unstoppable family offices, open doors others didn't even know existed. Because when they move, the world moves with them. When you become part of that movement, the impossible suddenly becomes your daily reality. No more illusions, no more waiting, just relentless becoming. The smartest money isn't just managing wealth, they're creating the future. And that future can be yours too, if you're ready to burn.